Alright, so what is up, you guys? So today I decided to make, that video I said I was going to make eventually. It looks like I'm trying to be too funny, but I guess so. Sorry, hold on, I am trying to adjust this. But, today I decided to make that video I said I was gonna make, the one where, I said I was gonna talk about whatever, something about working out and stuff. Yes, I am still adjusting this, so give me time. Anyway, there we go. So, like I was saying, I was gonna make that one video. That one video that I was gonna make. It was pretty much. I just left the gym, so give me some time to get out of it. And basically, the video I was gonna make today is 5 myths about bodybuilding. Why am I talking about working out videos so much? It's because I am not only in that mood, but it is the summertime. And let me check to see if I have something. Yes, I do. Anyway, wanted to make this video. It's called 5 myths about bodybuilding. This is actually a pretty tough one. All of you guys have probably heard some of them if you really think about them. First thing is, like I said in my last video, the getting the beach body within 3 weeks. That's almost nearly impossible. I've discussed this in my last video, so I am not going to. Anyway, next myth. It's pretty much, the more protein you eat, the better your muscles are. Here's the thing, yes, protein is actually good. But, here's the other thing. If you eat too much protein, if you get too much protein into your body, it could have actually a counter effect on it. Sometimes it'll actually be bad for you. Pretty much too much of anything would be bad for you. So, yes, having protein is good. You always want to have an optimal range or an optimal amount of protein in your diet, your workout diet. Yes, you have to have an optimal amount of protein. Now, here's the other myth that's related to it. The third myth is pretty much carbohydrates are an enemy. That is a total myth, because carbohydrates are actually known to be good for you. There's good carbohydrates and there's bad carbohydrates. So pretty much there's good carbs and there's bad carbs. So good carbs are pretty much essential fats that your body needs. Now that's very hard to distinguish. That's pretty much things like pasta, certain sort of breading, like wheat bread. That's also good for you. Any sort of wheat, really. It's good carbs. What's bad for you is basically things that have high amount of carbs. It's pretty much an overdose of carbs. That's what makes it look bad on you. A lot of times it's good. A lot of times it's bad. Pretty much anything that's good, anything that's good, if you have too much of it, it's bad. So, now that that's covered, we have our fourth myth. Well, this is pretty much funny. Apparently, the fourth myth is crunches. Just doing crunches will get you 6-pack abs. That is not true, because just by doing crunches doesn't mean you'll actually get a six-pack. Actually, most of the time you won't even come close to a six-pack because, you know, yes, it'll build your abs, but here's the thing, it'll slightly build them, not even do anything with it. Crunches are actually known to do nothing period, to your body. So, in order to actually get, in order to actually get, you know, a six-pack abs, obviously you need to diet, you know, you need to work out on everything, lower your body fat percentage to a good 12 to 10% or 6 to 12%, or yeah, somewhere around there, 12% and lower. You need to get it to that point. Yeah, when you get to the 12% mark, you can see your abs. You know, you actually could see them at that point. But a lot of times you really won't. They won't just stick out the entire time until you get to, like, I want to say to about 9 or 8%. That's when they really stick out and sit there. And anything lower than 6, you know, it's really bad. It's actually getting dangerous at 6. So anything really lower than 8 starts to have about 60 muscles. Anyway, you know, I like it. I love working on muscles and stuff. You know, I'm a guy. But here's the thing. Specifically, crunches will not get you abs. Period. And it guaranteed won't get you a six-pack. It'll help slightly, but not really. Now, the fifth and final myth that everyone seems to misunderstand about losing fat. You cannot spot reduce, meaning you cannot lose fat in a specific area. If that was possible, we would all have six-packs. Honestly, we would all have six-packs. Like, we really would. Like, think about it. You just see a 300-pound fat guy, and then all of a sudden he just opens his shirt and he's just got a ripped six-pack underneath. You know, that won't make sense. But then he's got bladder and not bladder, but blubber and fat all over the rest of his body with oily skin and all that. That would just look weird. So, yeah. You know, you can't spot reduce. If you could, we'd all have six-packs. Honestly, think about it. Why do you think no one has them? Well, not really no one, but why do you think not many people have them? Because you can't spot reduce. You can't just do whatever. That's kind of why if you go to the gym doing crunches for the entire time, you're not going to get a six-pack. Anyway, so I decided to make that video for that reason. Yes, I know the fat mainly goes to the stomach first. That's how it always is. Fat goes to the stomach first, then it goes to the legs, and then it starts building on the rest of your body all around. That's what it generally does. So when you lose body fat, what will happen is it'll lose it from the last place you put it. So your body has this specific list of where it stored its fat, like last and all that. So basically, so yeah, your most recent stored fat, it will be in this specific area. It might be in this arm, like these biceps, this forearm, your shoulders. It might be in your face or your neck, and it might, you never know, it could be in your private area. I'm not going to talk about that. But anyway, I'm sorry to even bring that into your minds, but it could be pretty much anywhere in your body. And the last place first place that it'll grab your fat from. And then after that, it'll start grabbing fat from most recent places after that. So, the more fat you burn, the more it'll grab from other places. Yes, it generally shows more in the areas that you worked out more. Yes, it'll show there more because, you know, you got some more definition into it. That's what people don't understand. What they don't understand is they think that it'll just grab fat from there or that specific area. No, it doesn't work like that. Your fat will be grabbed. When you lose fat, it'll be grabbed from all over your body. But whatever area, whatever specific muscle group you were working on, it'll show more definition in that specific area. So it'll show more at a quicker rate over there rather than somewhere else. You know, but overall you're losing fat at the same rate throughout your entire body. It's not that one specific area is grabbing fat faster than another area. It's spreading it all at the same time. It's just some areas are being shown quicker than others. That's how it works. So, that's the thing that most people don't understand. They tend to think, oh, if I work on this area, the fat will be going here first. Generally, that's not the case. And you are totally wrong. I'm sorry, but you are. So, I'm going to cut this video short. I know it's getting way too long. And I will see you in the next video. Later.